There it is. We are recording right now. This is episode 614, No Laugh Track Podcast here at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Justin Severson. I'm here hosting this each and every week. I'm extremely thankful for that, including this week with Dean Delray, second time on the podcast. 2.5 times at Acme. Let's call it that, right?
Yeah.
Right, Dean?
Close to death the first time.
I laugh because you survived.
And I, it's funny because I get a little PTSD when I come down the street because I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
You know? I still don't know. But if you don't know, if you didn't see me last time, I'd been waiting to do Acme for like 12 years. I fly in, finally doing Acme, and I do the first night, and I go back to my room, and I get like deathly ill. And I just immediately book a flight and leave because I didn't want to die in Minneapolis, you know? And I was super nervous that Lewis wouldn't have me back.
Yeah.
I've never canceled ever. So it was just so unusual, but I was brutally sick. I don't know, still don't know what it was, but, and then he just had me back like, 4 or 5 months later, where if it was some other club, they would have just ignored your emails for the rest of your career.
Right.
Unless you're giant famous. Hey, buddy,
Yeah, call back when you've added 2 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah. But other than that, they just cold shoulder you, like hey, I was actually, something was wrong.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm back. This is my third time performing here, but second time for the week, which is
love
great.
it. Yeah, I was wondering if you get a little like, oh man, after that first night, like, once I get past the first night,
Yeah.
I'm safe.
It was just weird, you know?
Very weird, very weird. Well, we're into it. Last night was your first night back this time.
Sold out.
I was here. It was really fun. I had trouble. I showed up later than I normally do, and I'm going to tell you, Dean, I had a hard time finding a seat in this place.
I was, God, that was just, when you come into town on a Wednesday, it's usually like the 30 people.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I never do Wednesdays. I usually don't ever do Sundays. I do those at home at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I usually do Thursday through Saturday. And usually your first night's the hardcore fans, which is great.
Yeah.
But I walked in and I was like, whoa. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I showered, Like I actually got ready for the show. And it was great.
That's funny you say that because even like your MC Ben Kastner last night was like, I should have maybe dressed up a little better for this. I didn't realize there were going to be that many people.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Speaking of, you're the freaking most sharp-dressed guy all the time, man. Right now in front of me on this stage in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
You're special.
I think that speaking of like I almost died here, I think if you drop dead, you want to be wearing something good. You don't want to be laying there in sweatpants because you'll be mistaken for homeless or something, just in the street dead. Sweatpants and some old sneakers. So
Does this go back to your mom telling you to put clean underwear on as a little boy?
You
never know.
It's just like I think that I just love wearing good stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't, and as lame as this might sound, I just don't want to look like other people walking down the street.
Yeah. Along those lines, what do you think of people that, it's not that new, but certainly casual is the new, style. Like very casual. Like sleeping pants, pajama pants.
Yeah.
Out in public.
I don't care what anybody does.
Right on.
I am not judgmental or what, but when I started comedy, I remember everybody was wearing a cardigan.
Yeah.
So I'm 16 years in now, and I didn't understand what was going on here. I was like, why are these people all wearing these sweaters? Is that like because when I was growing up, I started comedy at 44. I'm 59 now. Everyone had the blazer with the fucking patches on the elbows.
Pull the sleeves up.
So I was like, and then I saw Daniel Tosh, and I go, oh, they all want to be Tosh.
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. It's a lot like rock and roll, which is my background, where you look at your idols and you go, well, they wear leather jackets and bell bottoms. That's what I'm, and then eventually either you find your own style or you don't. But I find that about 90% of people in the world have no style. They just go with that's why these stylists exist. Like you see somebody, they're going to do a shoot and they go, we got a stylist for the special. And I'm like, yeah, but we know he doesn't dress like that.
Yeah.
So now he's wearing a costume
It is.
that he doesn't feel comfortable in on his biggest night of his career.
Yeah.
Just let him wear whatever the fuck he wears. You know what I mean? Can you imagine a tell with a stylist? Well, we got to get a stylist for you, Dave. He'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
We're going to give you a splash of color.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I just love to, look different when I come onto the stage. It's me. And it really kind of happened also as I was performing. I would see everyone in the crowd wearing a flannel. And if I was wearing a flannel, I was like, oh, man, I just look like these guys. So I don't know. I love clothing. I love fashion.
Yeah.
I love eyewear, like man jewelry, a good watch, a good pair of glasses. And
How many watches in the collection these days? Do you even know?
Just two.
Just two?
Yeah, just two.
Not quantity, quality, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, I stay far away from Rolex now, which was my favorite forever. But it seems like it's almost like a comedian's costume. Okay, I got the Submariner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And when you get deep into watches, you realize, oh, there's so much out there.
Yeah.
But right now I'm way into kind of old man style. I mean, I'm going to be 60 in a few months. I like just a simple dial and date.
So when I was in high school, I used a pocket watch for a while.
Oh, well, those are weird. Yeah. Time traveler. Did you have a spinning mustache? Did you shoot out of a cannon?
Like, why? What made me think that was?
You're
like,
working at the railroad? You got the whistle.
It made no sense.
Dude, I had one. My mom got me one. It was a Harley Davidson one. And it had the chain.
Oh, yeah, chain.
Yeah,
mine had a chain.
yeah. And then I went chain wallet. Look, I've had a lot of fashion mistakes.
You had a mohawk for a while, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
why I had a mohawk was during COVID. I was like, I've never had a mohawk. If you're not doing a mohawk or something during COVID, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Like, I was like, fuck this. I'm going mohawk.
Yeah.
I'm in the house.
Yeah.
Bored. Just Travis Bickle. Going full on, working out. No more trash in the body. No more sugars, no more alcohols.
Yeah.
Work out, And, I had a mohawk.
When we were talking earlier a few minutes ago, and it was like, like people emulating other rock stars.
Yeah.
And I've thought, like, somebody had to be the first guy with the long hair, because that certainly caught on, right?
Well, if you really think about the history, just past your ears was considered long hair.
Yeah.
And,
Those sloppy Beatles.
Exactly. So when the Beatles, come to America, the Bible Belt is like, these guys are dirty and they're filthy sinners. Hair past the ear. And, and here's like Mo, who's before the Beatles, had, Mo from the Three Stooges. He had that, and they weren't like trashing him. You know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway, long hair. I had long hair for a long time.
Yeah.
And now kind of when I see young rock bands with long hair and stuff, I always look at it as like, well, that's wild because it's definitely a specific thing. It's late 60s into around 80. 90, and then grunge comes. So it had a long history, long hair.
Kurt Cobain kind of ended it.
Right. Oh, well, who really ended it for me was, because at the time Cornell had long locks, was kind of Lane Staley.
Oh, yeah, that's
He
right.
had the shaved head.
That's right.
Which was kind of like, whoa. Yeah. And really, I think Lane Staley was one of the best dressed grunge guys of all time, which I hate the term grunge because it was just something they needed to, Get your grunge fashion at Kmart. They actually had that. I saw an ad, grunge fashion. It was just a flannel.
New for the fall season.
Yo, it was nuts.
That's fantastic. Are you? I asked this last time, and I wonder if your answer has changed. Are you still performing music at all? You doing the tribute?
Just
thing?
once a year. This is going to be my last one.
Okay.
For my 60th birthday, the last Bon Scott Bash. My birthday's February 3rd. I believe it'll be right around there, and this will be the last one. And mostly, I said on my podcast yesterday, was I think that you got to kind of try to reinvent yourself or try new stuff. And I've done this so long. I mean, I started comedy at 44, and man, it's great. Yeah. Try new stuff. So I'm like, let's put this one to bed and do it one more time. And
for people who don't know, you bring in some heavy hitters to perform.
Yeah, it's like Bill Burr and I do comedy for an hour. And then we clear the chairs out, and then we have a full tribute to Bon Scott of AC/DC. And it's like, it's like guys from Scott Ian from Anthrax and Lur from Primus and, Dave Lombardo from Slayer and Brad Wilk from Rage Against the Machine and Juliette Lewis and all. I mean, it's Nikki Sixx, Gene Simmons, all these people come and play.
So cool.
Oh, it's like a dream come true. It's like my childhood bedroom posters on stage with me.
So along the lines of that, I thought of you earlier this week. I heard an interview with Jim Cott. He's a Major League, Hall of Fame baseball pitcher.
Right.
He played for the Twins 50 years ago or whatever. In any case, in this interview, he was saying that I don't remember the guy's name, but he had a childhood hero baseball player growing up. And they ended up becoming friends, and now like this idol of his is like 100 years old or something, and they're still friends.
Yeah.
Like for you,
yeah.
Who are some people in your life that are like that? Like you never thought you'd meet him, you looked up to him, and now
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
That was the reason I'm alive. Probably it was Kiss. I'm a kid in elementary school. Kiss comes out, and that's it. My whole life changes. You're just this kid. You're not even supposed to know what you want to do in life when you're kids, but some people it hits. And with me, I was a huge comedy fan. SNL, Cheech and Chong, Richard Pryor, Carlin in the 70s, John Belushi, oh my God, Bill Murray. And then rock, Kiss, AC/DC, Aerosmith. And then, that kind of molds who I am and guides my way to here I am.
Have you ever had like a conversation with somebody like Gene Simmons? Like, look, man, I'm pinching myself standing next to you.
I had him on the podcast.
Yeah.
He comes to my apartment.
Yeah.
He drives himself, shows up, no entourage, comes into my Studio City 1-bedroom, and sits at the table and gives an incredible interview. Because you could get two Genes. You could get that, well, I like her a lot, or make sure you buy my hats and coffins. But I was lucky enough, I think because Gene knew I knew a lot about music.
Yeah.
And I really, he had changed my life. 1977, that Kiss Alive 2 record.
Yeah.
He's got the blood, on the cover, and I'm just like, oh, this is insane.
Did you have any Kiss merch sitting out when he was over?
No, I'm in the minimalist phase of my life, so I've been selling everything. I would be completely empty right now if it wasn't worth money, the stuff. So I'm slowly selling stuff.
I listened to the most recent episode of your podcast. I heard you mention this at the end.
Yeah.
This is very interesting to me.
I think that there should be a law. After 60 years old, you can't buy anything. Because you're just filling your joint up with shit that people got to get rid of when you're gone.
Yeah, and we need to talk more about this. The Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm exchanging gifts with grandpas and grandmas and stuff like. Why are we still? And I think that I'm like, why are we still?
Yeah.
I hope everybody lives to be really, really, really old. But what are we still doing, given physical material to old people?
What I say is, get me a flight. I fly every week. if you want to buy me something, you don't need to buy me anything, but if you want to spend some money on me, buy me a flight or some matcha, iced matcha or something, you know what I mean? And I'm also going off this rule of 3 out, 1 in.
Oh, you are? Okay.
So if you're going to buy something, get rid of 3 things. Yeah. And I'm kind of getting there, but man, it takes a long time when the stuff, I collected all this shit over the years. I got a ton of rock memorabilia.
I just had a guy I used to work with in radio, and he was posting pictures. Yeah. It was him in his T-shirts from the 90s.
Well, that's what I got going
And he's
right
like,
now.
man, if I held on to these, they're each worth $100, $200, $300 a piece.
I'm selling the shirts, so I'm on Depop, Facebook Marketplace, eBay. I'm getting rid of all shirts except for 10 of them. I've got the 10. And I'm at a thing in life now, no logos on my clothing while I'm on stage or walking down the street or what it may, except for like these 10 that are really monumental shirts to me. Other than that, out, I saw this guy at a coffee shop, and he was like, I don't know, maybe 62, and he was wearing a rock T-shirt and skinny jeans, and I go, fuck, I look like that, and I just, out of here. You know what I mean? You look like an old junior high kid. And it's not like I'm maturing or whatever. I just also, if you go on stage with a band and somebody in the crowd doesn't like that band, they're like, fuck this guy. Yeah. For
Your
no
favorite
reason.
Band sucks.
Yeah, fuck this guy, So, I don't know. I'm just into, I've never owned a suit. I'm getting ready. I'm going to get one kick-ass suit.
Okay.
Yeah. I always think about Carlos from Interpol, this band from the early 2000s. He was like the best dressed guy in rock at the time. But I do love an old crusty leather and just blue jeans also. Yeah.
Wow.
This is the fashion.
Do you have people showing up to your house to buy a T-shirt?
I don't, I meet them at like Starbucks.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I put that shit up on Facebook. And then I just say, meet me over
there
here.
You go.
That's always an interesting thing. Yeah. You're like, you can see the guy coming. They don't need to tell me what they look like. I go, this is the guy.
I know.
They come walking up. I go, this is the guy that's buying the Iron Maiden shirts for sure. And also during COVID, I got into this awful thing of buying Jordan 1s.
Oh.
Yeah, all of a sudden I was a Jordan 1 guy. Closet, you're just... people bought some weird shit during COVID, and I think you got to clear your house of the COVID mistakes.
So do you still have an itch? I know you still go to a lot of concerts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the itch to leave with a souvenir anymore, or you just go, yeah, that shit's not for me?
No. Just saw Queens of the Stone Age Monday night, which is really interesting. I've seen a couple thousand shows in my life, and no exaggeration. Bullshit. Yeah, I've seen a couple thousand easily. Yeah. I saw Queens Monday. They reconstructed the songs with like symphony and stripped them down. Sometimes no instruments, a cappella. They're doing this Catacombs tour, haunting versions of these Queen songs, and it was so fucking inspiring. It was one of the reasons that I sat there and was like, these guys are reinventing themselves. And that's why I was like, I got to stop this Bon Scott thing. I had that feeling before I saw it. But the challenge of that, of just challenging your audience to take a ride, we're growing as people. There's certain comedians I've seen comments where they go, this guy's not funny anymore. He's woke or whatever. Sometimes you got to shed yourself of old, the person that's in the crowd that yells, Freebird, like the hackiest, oldest fucking, they play Freebird. You got to shed yourself of stuff. Anyway, my long, answer to that is it was one of the best shows I've seen in years. And, you walk by the merch and you're like, I kind of want to fucking... And then I was like, no, I got it.
Maybe just the poster?
I got
it's
it.
Small.
I know. I got no posters, too, in my house. It only has to be photography or paintings, actual art.
Yeah.
No more posters. No more thumbtacks. I got a bit about people. I call them thumbtacks. They're in their middle age and they're still using thumbtacks. I'm like,
I might have just bought some of that tacky.
Yeah. Two-way stuff.
Yeah.
Thumbtacks, though.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Anyway, so no, I mean, I'm sounding like a dick on this podcast, but I think it's just like my mom passed away a couple years ago, and I went to her house, and she had bedrooms full of stuff like a store, and I was like, oh, this is where I'm headed, and I got to get out of this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to leave this burden on my friends. I have no family left. My whole family is gone. So I have some close friends. I know that some of them would want the shit in my house, but the rest of it, they'd be like, oh, God damn, look at this.
And it can be really sad when you see like somebody's lifelong collection, and if it's not taken care of properly when they're gone, it's like, man, you just fucking put all that out. Like you brought it all to a thrift store, or you sold it all for way less than you could have got. It'd be very sad.
I got a buddy of mine. He's still just buying shit, and I'm like, and no one goes to his house. No one comes over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, these are just small dopamine blasts you're getting in the middle of the night on eBay, and you have to try to fix what that is.
Yeah.
And until you do that, you're just filling your house. Nobody goes to his house. When you're an adult and you're single and you don't have kids or anything, you don't go to some guy's house. Like, I'm not a football guy or something. Come over, we're watching the game. Yeah. So you don't go to people's houses as you get older.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's funny. He's going to have to get a TikTok channel or something.
Right.
Let's talk about, so when you were here last year, you were just about to go record. And at the end of the episode, we talked about it, and I said, where is it going to be? And you couldn't even tell me that publicly.
Right.
So now it's out there. It's been recorded. Now it's out there. I've seen it. People have seen it.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So where was it recorded for people who haven't seen it?
Place is called The Caverns.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of Tennessee, so in between Chattanooga and the Nashville, in the middle of nowhere. It's an actual cave, and I had been approached by a publicist to interview this guy that wrote a book called The Caveman Chronicles. Guy's name is Todd Mayo. And they said, do you want to interview this guy for your podcast? I said, what's the book about? And they go, well, he built this venue in this cave in the middle of Tennessee. And then I said, wait a minute. I had seen a Lucinda Williams concert on TV or YouTube. And I had also seen a Chris Robinson concert on YouTube in this cave. And I always thought it was some kind of TV set.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, wait, is it this cave? And they go, that's it. And I go, fuck, I thought that thing was fake. It's insane. So I had the guy on the podcast, and we hit it off. And mid-podcast, I go, anybody ever done comedy there? And he goes, no. And I go, I got to shoot my special in there. I cut that stuff out on the podcast because I wanted to keep it a secret.
Oh, genius.
Because I didn't want somebody to beat me to it.
Yeah.
And so we stopped the podcast, and I called him immediately, and we set it up. And Bill Burr was gracious enough to produce this and come do a couple sets on a Sunday night. He hosted the evening. So he went on, did like 25. Then I shot the special, and then he came back out and did another 25. So it was, so the people got to see a full evening of comedy.
Wow.
My best friend, besides Bill, Marcus Price, directed it, who had just come off directing Keith Robinson's special for Netflix, and also Zainab Johnson. And he did a bunch of specials for Kevin Hart, his Hulu run. Uh-huh. So he directed it, and we'd never been in there, none of us. And we set up cameras in there, 7 cameras. We had a crane in there. Now, they had shot TV shows in there called the Cavern. What is it? Cavern Sessions.
Okay.
It's kind of like that one they shoot in Austin City Limits.
City Limits, yeah.
Same type of show, but bluegrass.
Sure.
So the guy built the venue for bluegrass. He just stumbled into the cave one day and went, this would be cool to do a concert in here. And he has Chris Stapleton playing there. Billy Strings.
Yeah, cool.
Uncle Acid. I mean, and he starts this venue. So anyway, we flew out on a Saturday and we stayed in this hotel in the middle of nowhere, all of us, the crew and everything, ate dinner, and then we went there the next day and shot this fucking special.
So you just did one show?
We did 2 shows, but the special is the first show.
It is.
It was so magic. I didn't change one fucking thing.
Wow.
It was
That's
just, a matter of fact, after I was done doing it, I forgot we had to do a second show. And they go, man, that was great. You got it. Now let's get ready for the second show. And I was like, oh, fuck, because the adrenaline was massive. Yeah. And if you watch the special, at the first minute, I choke up and almost cry because I do the first joke. I don't know what it's going to sound like. It could be shit and we're throwing it all away because comedy's got to, the room's got to be right for laughs.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard the laughs on the first one, I go, oh my God, this is going to be great. And I was ready. So I came here, prepped for it, and then I went out to Tennessee and did it. I was going to shoot it here, but Kyle Kinane had just done one here, and I was like, right. 2 bald white guys with gray beards. You know what I mean? I mean, I really wanted to do it in Acme because it was going to be Acme or the Cave.
Wow.
If the Cave didn't work out, I was going to just use the footage I shot here. It was great.
Crazy.
Yeah, and
you mentioned during this, not Acme specifically, but you mentioned Minneapolis during the recording
Yeah.
about somebody standing up here.
Yeah.
What did he say? You hurt my feelings or something like that?
Oh, wait, on the special?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was you were telling the joke about son of a bitch. And then you're like, I was just in Minneapolis a couple days ago and a guy stood up and said,
your words hurt me.
Your words hurt me.
Yeah.
So that really happened here?
Yeah. You'll get some softies here in Minneapolis. Last night I did a shooter joke. Lady over there was like,
oh, that's right.
You brought the room down. So I did another shooting joke.
That was even
Double
better.
down on it.
Yes,
Yeah, it
that's
was even
right.
better. After the show, she was like, you were great. And I was like,
bet.
well, thanks, lady, for throwing that little boomerang in there. But I will tell you this. A lot like I said, with outfits and how you look or whatever, I think in this world of flooded specials, if you don't try to make something special, it's going to be, just another special.
Yeah.
The clips have gotten over 5 million views. The special's only at 50,000 right now, 46,000. But I didn't think it would get past 5,000. You know what I mean? Because it's just a difficult world out there.
Yeah.
But it's a clips world.
And I think we talked. You even mentioned before it was recorded that it was probably only going to be 30 to 40 minutes, and that's
right.
What you did.
Yeah, I did 42 minutes. Yeah. I think that's all you need to do these days. I think 2 30s in 1 year. I'm getting ready to shoot another special.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I'm here. I think 2 30s a year is the way to go. Because the people only ingest minutes at a time. You're wasting the whole back end of your special. Why not do 30? Even if you shoot an hour in one night, look at it as, okay, this will be the first 30 in your mind, and then this will be the second 30 I'll put out 6 months from now. Because it's all about, constantly staying out there with, unfortunately now, with jokes.
Yeah.
And before, it was like, save all your stuff and wait for the machine to come say yes. Yeah. And now it's like, here it is, and that's how I'm doing it now.
And this one is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, produced by Bill Brewer.
Audio is available places as
Just came out last Friday on Halloween. So it's you can stream it everywhere but Spotify. I gave them the middle finger. I mean,
that's trending right now.
Well, I've been slagging them for years. Yeah. My podcast was never on Spotify for years, and then I had a podcast with Marin, and he's like, man, Quit trying to fight that battle. Yeah, why do it? And I was like, because somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
And so I gave in and put the Dark Fonzie up on Spotify, and then I just pulled all of that stuff. It's just, look, they're all bad, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's starting to be some platforms that are paying. YouTube's pretty damn fair. I get money from them every month, and then there's other platforms. Patreon has been fantastic for me. Without my Patreon family, I wouldn't have survived during COVID at all.
Wow.
At all. And I will tell you this. When COVID happened, Burr called me out of nowhere. And this is the kind of guy that he is. He said, "How's it going?" We're all locked in our houses. He calls me and I go, "Man, because I'm fucking gig to gig." At the time, they're just living gig to gig on the money. And I go, "Man, it's rough." And he goes, "I'll tell you this, I got you. So if you need anything, money, whatever, just call me." And I never had to make that call.
Yeah.
But once he said that to me, the entire pressure of not working was gone.
I bet.
And then I was just like, okay, I can focus on doing stuff that I can do during COVID, like writing jokes, making videos, exercising, buying bullshit on eBay. But anyway, my Patreon people really came to the fucking plate, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's still connected to your podcast, right?
Yeah, well, I give them bonus episodes. If you're on my Patreon, you get 2 a month. And then during COVID, I was doing live Zooms with all the Patreoners on Sunday nights. We just hang out, talk books, movies, comedy.
Wow.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah.
I had hundreds and hundreds of followers, but only 20 people would do it. Everybody else oh, I feel weird on camera. You forget people aren't, used to
Right.
being on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now Dean's looking at me.
All of a sudden, you got to Zoom for work,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Let's see. Is there anything else? Your set last night was so funny, man. The new stuff is great. Do you have a plan? You said you want to record that soon?
Yeah. I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be something special.
Okay.
And I'll tell you when the mics are off.
Sure. Awesome.
Um,
Okay. Is there anything else we should be mentioning? Let's see. I'm looking over my notes of stuff I wanted to. You were up against Stevie Nicks was in town last night. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
God, I
Full
did.
house and Stevie Nicks was
I did
down the road.
I did the morning radio today, and they were playing Stevie, and they asked if I ever seen her, and I'd only seen her do a couple songs at a fire benefit or something, but I'd never seen that classic Fleetwood Mac, which is unusual because I've seen everybody, and I love that Christy McVie, Stevie Nicks era. Just songwriting, everything is just unreal. Yeah. So there's still a few people I haven't seen yet. Paul McCartney, again, missed him again because I was on the road, and he's out touring right now.
3 times for me.
Yeah, I need to see Paul,
Did you go to the most recent AC/DC,
No.
the tour now, the current tour?
Here's my rule with, bands. If I've seen them, even though I'm a huge AC/DC, if I've seen the band 4 or 5 times, I just don't go. Because what it's going to do is pollute your incredible memories of how fierce they were the first time. It's like your first bump of Coke. It's never that great again. You're chasing it. AC/DC, I retired 2 years ago. I saw them at the Power Trip, the last gig with Cliff Williams. So I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good,
Was there a show at one point you were like, man, this is tainting my memory of a band? Did it actually happen?
I'm not going to mention the bands.
You're not going to mention.
Yeah,
it
it's
did
really
happen.
what set it off
Okay.
a couple years ago. I've seen a couple of these bands, and I was like, what am I doing here? I could be on stage. First of all, I want to be on stage working material and performing at this stage of my life. I don't want to be standing somewhere watching a band that I saw in 1981 blow my fucking mind, I go see new bands or bands that are doing something like a different set list every night.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, that Queens of the Stone Age thing, so inspiring. But I go see a lot of new bands like Geese, Marcus King, you know, these bands, MJ Letterman. There's all these new bands that are exciting to see.
You're one of the special people that like your enthusiasm about things is sort of contagious.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like I've listened to your podcast, and every time I have, you start talking about something where I'm like, pause,
Yeah.
and I like go over and now listen to that for artist or whatever for a while, and then come back.
Right.
Like I did that at least twice in the most recent episode of your podcast. I
Yeah.
did it because you're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Right.
and I've been a White Stripes and Jack White fan forever. And I saw them,
Yeah.
first time in concert live 20-some years ago.
Yeah.
So I have those memories of some of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. So when you started talking about how good he is, I was like, I got to go back. And
It's nuts.
Yeah.
I saw him about 6 months ago. He's doing that pop-up tour, kind of Dave Chappelle style.
Same.
Yeah, just go to a club, and all of a sudden, we're here tonight. He played a place called The Lodge, which is where I was going to shoot the new special, but a comedian had shot there 2 years ago that I didn't know, and I was like, damn it, because it's really got this look. So I go see him there, and it is blistering fire, and it reminds me of old school rock, a full-on room, sweaty, full blast, blazing rock.
Yep.
And I'm just going like, this is insane. This guy is just, there's dudes out there to me that are so fucking inspiring. Jack White, Josh Homme, Jeff Tweedy. These guys are another level of incredible, just constantly writing. It's like comedy. You got to constantly write. You can't get on that fucking fairgrounds tour. Once you're on that, got to pay the third ex-wife, you are not taking any fucking chances.
It's the fifth farewell tour. Is that what you're saying?
Oh man, yeah, that's on my special. And I saw the original farewell tour, 1981. The Who, they invented the farewell tour. I don't care what anybody says. They were the first one. I have the shirt. It says The Who Farewell.
And you mean the Who I saw on like my 40th birthday?
Yeah, I saw them on their fourth farewell. I just saw them at the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah. And I went, somebody goes, dude, you want to see the Who? And I go, no. And they go, I got like third row Hollywood Bowl. I go, okay, if I don't get a spot at the Comedy Store that night, I'm there. And so I didn't, and I went, and I was so fucking glad I went. They crushed. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was nuts. So there is a rare time where you go and you go, oh my God, like Nick Cave is a guy I'll see every fucking tour. Yeah. These guys that are like beyond, So yeah, man, it's, what I like to tell people is don't ask me should I go see AC/DC? I'm like, have you seen them? No. Oh, fuck yeah, you should go see them. Yep. Because there's going to be time when you can't go see them unless it's like Skinner and they just put different guys in shorts. Here's our new Angus. You know what I mean? There's the new Angus right here. Can you imagine? It's just a different guy.
It's all cousins of the originals.
Yeah, it's like the Ramones, Yeah. I mean, Skinner, Foreigner, all foreigners to the band. Yeah. There's no, you're looking at, somebody last night called it logo rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you're just going and their logo is original.
Yeah.
And so are the songs.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I know.
The current Minnesota Vikings, they're not the Vikings my dad watched.
Right.
When
Yes, we got the uniform. Yep. They got the shorts on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not
great.
going to see that. I'm good to go. And these days, we don't know how long we're going to be here in this fucking climate of hostility.
Yeah.
I just want to be on stage or home with my dog in my neighborhood.
I hear you.
Yeah.
What is your dog's name? Do you say it on stage?
Gertie.
Gertie, that's right. I did know
Gertie.
that. Gertie.
Oh, my God.
Gertie.
I love
Great
that
name.
goddamn animal.
Great.
She is the best, man.
Love it.
I actually smile. when I see her. And then I see Frenchies around here, which, by the way, man, I would live in this neighborhood. 100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
I love it here. It's like 5 blocks, all I need.
Yeah.
Everything here. Got coffee, some great man's store with clothes next to the Sweet Greens.
Okay, yeah.
Unbelievable store. I'm doing them a disjustice because I can't remember the name right now. One of the best stores in America.
Wow.
I can't even believe how good it is. I love Sweet Greens because I don't cook, so it's clean, healthy.
Yeah.
And then I love lofts. I love lots of light. And
Plenty of those around here.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
The river. Go for a
Oh,
nice walk
yeah.
over
And
there.
a train, a good train when you're sleeping. You know? Great area right
I
here.
agree. I lived by a train track years ago, and I loved that.
And then this club.
Yeah.
It's 34 years or something this place has been here.
Mm-hmm.
And then First Avenue.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I would just come here, work material, and then I'd go to First Avenue and see new bands.
There you go. That's where I saw Jack White in that little tour.
Yeah, there you go,
Incredible.
man.
This has been fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
People-
let me ask you, what was your favorite bit last night? Because it's all pretty much new.
Oh, well, I'm
if
gonna.
you remember, I don't care.
No, I'm gonna look at my notes here.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
This is the one that stands out. When you were talking about, I don't even know if this is new or not. I
Yeah.
don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But
It was
you're
all new last night.
It was
pretty much.
you were talking about somebody going after the United Healthcare guy. You're like, how about the freaking price of groceries?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
That one hit me.
Yeah.
When are we gonna go after that?
Yeah. Framing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Frames and how much framing is. Yes.
Let me tell you something about that bit, and I can get inspiration from all kinds of places. But I really, I grew up on Bob Newhart. Now, I can't do Bob Newhart type of comedy. But Nate Bargatze is close to what I would think is a Bob Newhart now, where it's clean, fantastic jokes and stuff. So I think that there needs to be people that inspire me. I want to write outside of my box. You know, I don't like when people go, it's part of my brand.
Yeah.
Or where's your content? When somebody says how much content you put out, I fucking walk out of the meeting.
Yeah.
When you call whatever I do content, yeah, it's fucking gross.
Yeah, it
but
is.
anyway, and it's part of my brand. I take chances knowing that it's going to be a difficult kind of not just a standard funny topic. And the people, it's like the Bill Hicks thing, try to play to the highest IQ in the room. And when I read that Bill Hicks kind of, I think it's like a 10 Commandments when I first started,
Yeah.
I didn't understand a lot of them. And as you go on in comedy longer and longer, you go, oh, number 7. I get it, Bill. You know? So that picture frame joke is really something I'm trying to, build even further as far as like, I want
It's such a random thing, yet
Yeah.
most of us have at some point been like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And nobody's saying anything about it.
Even
I don't
with
want to
a-
give the joke
no,
away.
Even with a coupon.
Yeah. And my buddy said, oh, go to see my guy. He'll give you a deal. And I'm like, that's a fucking deal? It's 4 sticks of wood or plastic
Yeah.
and a sheet of plastic or glass. Oh, fuck, man.
We're all in the wrong business, clearly.
Oh, my God, right? Fuck. And then the plumber guy in the front that thought that AI is not going to fuck with him. I go, what do you do for a living? He goes, I'm a plumber, so I'm safe. And I go, you haven't seen Elon's robots? You are not safe, dude.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right, bud.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Let's do it again in a year.
Oh, I'm there. 100%.